Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight, Saturday Night Racing with the Redemption iRacing Truck Series here at Auto Club Speedway. In the booth with me tonight, it's a stranger, Christian Taylor. How you doing?
Not as much of a stranger as Jesse Becker, but I'm doing all right. Blake here at Auto Club Speedway, the good old legacy that she is. Beautiful track. I wish she wasn't gone.
Absolutely, Auto Club was always one of the best. It's a shame that the real estate was worth so much that they just had to sell it.
Yep, goes to show you that racing doesn't mean a lot to the people that say they love racing.
Yeah, well, I guess there's a price for everything, and we found out the price for Auto Club Speedway just 1 year ago. But, folks, we are rounding out practice here tonight with the Redemption iRacing Truck Series. We're going to drop the hammer and go green in just a bit. But first, I think we've got a potential visitor wants to speak with the fans here before we get started. Dylan Carrier, one of the owners / admins of the Redemption iRacing Truck Series. Let's get him in here. Dylan, Blake, and Christian in the booth. You got a copy?
I gotcha.
How you doing tonight, buddy?
Pretty good. Just still dealing with the tragic news for the community this week. It's just been crazy. We came together. We decided that we're going to dedicate this race to Greg Buffalo and his family and all the families that were involved in the tragic events that happened earlier this week. And it's horrible. It's a horrible loss for the community, and our thoughts and prayers go out to all of the families, everyone here Redemption. Just thoughts and prayers with everybody that is affected by this tragedy. And I don't know if you've seen, but we actually changed the name of this race to the Don't Lift for the Biff 200.
All right, well, good to hear that. And like you said, Dylan, definitely some news that hit the racing community by surprise, obviously. And nonetheless, we appreciate the information here as we're jumping into qualifying. How are you feeling, though, about your chances here tonight at Auto Club?
Pretty good, except for this track is going to be ruthless tonight. It's hot. It is going to kill tires. It's just overall going to be tough race, and especially with the new package where they get very aero loose, it's going to be a challenge tonight. So, I mean, I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna play the strategy, and hopefully, I can get another W this season. But yeah, I'm gonna get into qualifying, and I just wanted to say thanks for letting me come up in the booth and saying what I had to say. And again, thoughts and prayers go out to everybody involved in the tragic events that happened this week.
Absolutely. Well said here tonight, Dylan, and we wish you the best of luck for the rest of the evening for sure.
Thank you, sir.
There was Dylan Carrier, owner / one of the main admins here with the Redemption iRacing Truck Series. Wanted to give that announcement to these great fans here at home, and we appreciate everybody tuning in. Like Dylan said, definitely some news that hit the racing community, out of nowhere, obviously, and those are definitely some things you don't really think about happening, but unfortunately, it does.
It does indeed. And sitting at work, it was just a gutting feeling. Somebody who meant a lot, like Blake and Dylan has already said, meant a lot, and just a good guy overall. He would give the shirt off his back to any random stranger in need, and did so when the Hurricane Helene victims and such like that. Blake.
100%. As you're watching these guys rip it around here at Auto Club Speedway. Ryan Holler out here. Looks like, Christian, I'm counting, I don't know, 20-something cars signed in here tonight. It's looking like. Is that what you're seeing?
I am too. I definitely did not register myself and had to have race control DQ me, but rookie mistake, right?
Yeah, well, it happens. A little rust. You're shaking the rust off here tonight.
We'll go with that. That's all right.
Absolutely. But right now, top of the board is the Prophet Joseph Smith with a 41.859. Christian, that was not good news to hear that the track is hot. I think we're going to have some wrecks. And this is a 100-lap race here at Auto Club. So I think we might be here for a bit here tonight is my guess.
It's possible. I will say that we are in the trucks, so this is more of a super speedway here at Auto Club. You do lift a tad bit, if anything, when you're in the draft, but Definitely gonna have to keep the truck underneath you when it's this hot.
Yeah, we're going to see how bad that tire wear is. You know, like Dylan said when he was up here, definitely expect to see some major tire wears. We're watching Jonathan Gaston out of Pennsboro, West Virginia, rip it around in that number 75 machine with Joseph Smith still on the top of the board here in qualifying action.
One thing we're gonna see too is, depending on your driving style, is your line at this track. You're gonna see some guys taking that higher line, some guys wrapping the apron, and everywhere in between. It's a track that honestly evolves as the race goes on too.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing some of that as Josh Kreider out here out of Rabbit Hash, Kentucky. Christian, how would you feel about heading over and visiting Rabbit Hash, Kentucky?
Well, you know, if I had a business trip to good old Hash, Kentucky, I'd probably quit my job.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to dig up some info and see what kind of town Rabbit Hash, Kentucky is. My guess is the answer is not much of one.
Dallas Stewart on the screen here in the 38 position. I mean, 38 truck here running in the third position, qualifying. I think he's on his second lap. Going to see if he can improve at all. Head through turns 3 and 4 here. And he's going to bring it on in. He is done.
I don't blame him. I'd pull it in there too. But right now, Joseph Smith still on the top of the board here. Some qualifying action. Here is Nathan Brookover out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. And Christian, that's actually where I dropped my mod light off.
The one that you still haven't gotten back?
Yeah, you know, it's finally almost done. I actually did you see some pictures of it, though. It's about done. But yeah, after I flipped it back in May or so, took it on down to West Virginia. I didn't want to see it anymore.
Yeah, you'll be back in it before you know it to flip it all over again, right?
I sure hope that's the plan. He's looking pretty quick, though, out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, sitting in third now, 78 one-thousandths of a second behind Joseph Smith.
Joseph Smith, the Prophet, my pick to win it tonight. I'm going to go ahead and lock it in right now. The Prophet's going to take this one home at Auto Club.
Well, he's always up there. He definitely has a shot. But looks like we've had 17 trucks officially qualified so far, but qualifying has ended, folks, and it is time to get going for the evening. I'm counting 21 trucks signed in here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Saturday night action on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. On the call tonight, the GOAT Blake Hutchinson up here in the booth with Christian Taylor. We are lined up and we are ready to get started. Tonight's starting lineup is as follows. On the front row in the pole position in the number 31 machine, the Prophet Joseph Smith. On his outside, the 51, Wyatt Mickelson.
Moving on back to row number 2 in the third position, you find Nathan Brookover in that 88 Fireball Chevy. To his outside, the 38 of Dallas Stewart.
Row number 3, ladies and gentlemen, on the inside, it's going to be the 16, Matthew Wood. On his outside, the 25, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Engler.
Moving on back to row number 4, you find Grandma's Boy, the number 2 of Landon Burbage. To the outside, Brendan Stewart in the 6th.
Keep an eye on that 2 machine, Landon Burbage. Anna Alessandro is in the chat, and if anybody touches her baby boy grandson, they are going to hear about it. Jumping on back into row number 5, it's the 48, Jordan Hand. On his outside in the 33, Ryan Holler.
Back to row number 6, you find in the 11th position the 67 Chevy of Josh Schreider. He is ripping up. To the outside, you find the 79 of Danny White.
That is one fast row number 6, but as we jump into row number 7 on the inside in the 84, Camel Cigarettes on the truck. Love seeing it. It's Cody Blackmore. On his outside, the 72, Jonathan Gaston.
Row number 8, you find the number 14 Grinch machine of Brandon Broadford. To the outside, that beautiful Hutchins Motorsports TV truck of Dylan Carrier.
Keep an eye on that bad Fast 15 machine. We go back into row number 9 on the inside from NJB Designs. It's the 18 machine, Noah Blackwell, and William Connolly, who's probably actually doing race control tonight, is my guess.
That's right. Moving on back to row number 10, if there is one. You find that number 3 of Vincent Gravazanero. To the outside, U.S. Air Force Toyota, the 36 of Kenneth Askew.
And that's your starting lineup here tonight, folks. We appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to click that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We are lined up, and we are ready to roll here at Auto Club Speedway.
Look at this hungry field. The pace car driver looks scared for his life, and he should be with all these machines behind him. He's about to take the hard left-hand turn to pit road, Blake.
Pace car is in, field is set as they roll into the Juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag in the air. The fans are on their feet, off their seats here at Auto Club.
And we are off to a good start. This large tri-oval track. Looks like they got up to a crawl, but I promise you, they were all to the floor. Going through turn 1 and 2, the Prophet leading the field as they fan on out. 2, maybe even 3 ride racing here. Camera focusing on a cluster here, Ryan Holler.
These guys ripping it around here at Auto Club. You saw him go 3 or 4 wide, like Christian said. Ryan Holler is ripping the fence. They call it the Larson line.
Larson line indeed. Careful there. That Christmas truck was walking up the track. You got somebody pitting in. I guess he had a penalty to serve, maybe. It looks like there is a black flag.
Dallas Seward headed down pit road. He might have just been too slow, Christian, and he wanted to go down pit road.
Lizard Machine is serving his penalty, but the Prophet Joseph Smith is leading this field still with Nathan in the 88 trying to run him down, but it looks like Joseph's going to be walking away ever so slightly. But in the trucks, it is going to be slightly of a drafting track, so I'd say he ain't going to get too far.
How about Grandma's baby boy in the 5th position, Landon Burbage in the 2. Anna Alessandro is pumped up. She's cheering him on. Let's see if Landon can get Anna that win she deserves.
I say that ever since, you know, we started talking about Grandma's boy Landon, as we got possibly a battle for the lead here. No, nope, he's going to cover that up. But the fans every week start this race off with "Let's go Landon" chants.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, definitely a fan favorite is Nathan Brookover. He is ripping the fence here, trying to take over that race lead. It's not going to be enough.
And it's going to go side by side down the backstretch, though, so it may be over the course of the long run. He keeps getting these exits off the turn, and he does have it, yes.
Boy, Nathan Brookover putting on a clinic from Parkersburg, West Virginia in that 88 Fireball machine. That's a good-looking truck there, Christian. What do you see?
I see a beautiful truck, and it makes me kind of Fireball.
Time to take a round, ladies and gentlemen. The Juicy Spider drone cam. Time to get it out here. Let's take a look. Actually, 1 second first. I need to do something. There we have it. The Juicy Spider drone cam with the 88 of Nathan Brookover out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. That is one good-looking machine.
That is a beautiful truck, if I do say so myself. NJB Designs on the back of the truck there, so it must have been made by them.
Yeah, Noah Blackwell, you know, he's made a lot of paints here in this series, which is obviously happening because he is in the series, but he puts together some great paint schemes. I tell you what, that 18 truck sitting in the 11th position out of Roseville. Matthew Wood, though, Christian, I'll tell you what, keep an eye on this guy. Matthew Wood, every single week, he is the guy to beat. So I would not be shocked if we see that 16 truck out front by the end of this one.
Absolutely. That Racers for Christ truck, we watched him make his first start of the season a couple weeks ago. And even though I've been away, I keep an eye on this. You know, I still watch when I'm not in the booth, and I always see him leading just about every race he's in.
Absolutely. So I would not be shocked to see him get back out front. But for now, it's all about Nathan Brookover here in the lead position, folks. Be sure to click that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We're into lap number 6 out of 100 here tonight already.
Absolutely. We're going to keep on moving. Looking into the chat, of course, it looks like a booming chat here tonight. Connor Draw said that fireball paint scheme makes him think of that song and the fireball candy. Well, Blake, I don't know about you. When I think of fireball, I think of some very fun and rough ending nights.
I don't know. It's hard to say fun the way they end, but I know what you're saying.
Absolutely. Good old fireball. Yeah, such a good drink.
But meanwhile, Dylan Carrier, we talked to him before the race a bit. Right now, back in the 17th position with that Hutchinson Motorsports TV paint scheme on it. That was made by Noah over at NJB Designs.
Definitely a beautiful looking truck. Hutchinson Motorsports TV on board. If you have the Hutchinson Motorsports TV colors on your race machine, automatically a 25% horsepower boost nonetheless. But you will look the best on the track too.
Christian, I think I'm seeing Wayne Taylor in the chat. Is that right?
That is Wayne Taylor, my father. Hello, Dad, out there. Watching some Hutchinson Motorsports TV action. World's #1 streaming service, I might add.
I tell you what, Wayne, he's just been so impressed with the product here at HMS TV. He's watched a lot of racing throughout his long life of being a big race fan. And he said, Blake, I don't know how you guys do it, but Hutchinson Motorsports TV is certainly the world's best product.
Absolutely. I don't know why NASCAR made a 7-year deal with, they had to make so many to make up for. You got Fox, NBC, TNT, Prime. No, they only needed to make one phone call, and they failed to do so.
Absolutely. We could have cut him a much better deal with much better service, but nonetheless, the 88 into the wall. Let's see if Joseph Smith can take over that race lead now.
He's going to make quick work of it, but don't look now. But behind him, that Races for Christ Chevy is there and prowling to get to that first position. The prophet of Joseph Smith is racing for his life right now, because if Matthew Wood gets into the race, don't pay no attention to that. Once he gets into the race lead, he's going to be gone.
Yeah, if he gets clean air, the rest of the field may as well just call it quits. So let's see if they can hold off Matthew Wood. But don't you count out Joseph Smith. Every week, he's always in the running here as the 51 truck of Mickelson is throwing a little alternative line as he's up to the 3rd position.
From Mesa, Arizona. What do you know about Mesa, Arizona, Blake?
I've actually been there. They do baseball spring training out in Arizona. And years back I went, and that's where the Cubs used to be stationed. And now there's other teams out there. But good times, actually.
I got you there. Still watching Wyatt Mickelson. That line seems to have less favored in the past couple of laps. But up front, you still had that tight battle between Wood and Smith right there.
Christian, I think it's time to hop on board in the Grandma's Baby Boy camera. Let's hop on board with Landon Burbidge.
On the right front camera here, beautiful shot of this beautiful facility, I might add, of what once was.
He's holding the clutch in. He's trying to save some fuel.
What would good old Aaron Poplin say about that, Blake?
He would not be happy, but I tell you what, Landon Burbidge is playing chess here. He's playing 4D chess on a checkerboard.
I actually won me a recruitment race on Fuel Strategy, Blake. How about that?
That is very impressive.
Absolutely. I think I'm just going to win the whole championship next year in gears.
Yeah, rumor has it that you made a certificate and you printed it out and you've hung it up.
Oh, I 3D printed the trophy, Blake.
I don't blame you, but hey, how about this guy right here in the 6th position? Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 25 of Jeff Engler.
That truck just makes me want to take a shot of freedom, Blake.
Boy, you can't get enough freedom with this 25 truck of Jeff Engler. He's cruising in the 6th spot, trying to bring home a big top 5 run.
Makes you just proud to be an American. Bring some tear to your American eye.
It's time to pull up the HMS TV hard charger board. Noah Blackwell, your hard charger, up to the 10th position. He's gained 7 spots.
And I was going to say, Vincent was right there with him, but he lost one as Noah gained one, and he's just falling back. Now 5 gains, so he was at 7, now to 5. Noah Blackwell is going to be your lone hard charger as he's still continuing to gain positions.
Yeah, he's getting around this 67 machine. This is a good-looking truck, though. Take a look at Josh Kreider, all the way from Rabbit Hash, Kentucky, currently in the 8th position. Looks like he's about to get passed, but going to stay in the top 10, that 67. Rubbered Up Productions, number 67 machine, looking pretty quick here tonight.
Good-looking truck, but I don't know about that helmet.
Yeah, the helmet is questionable for sure.
Good old SpongeBob reference.
All right, Christian, I'm pulling up some info. Rabbit Hash, Kentucky. It is on the Kentucky and Indiana border.
Okay. What we got for population, Blake?
Let's take a look here. I'm trying to confirm. It was established in, just says in the 1800s, so I think that's a hint that there's not many.
Okay.
Okay, population. Christian, let's guess. Okay, you throw a number out, a realistic number, you know, if you had to guess how many people live in Rabbit Hash, Kentucky.
I'm going to say 15,800.
Pretty close, Christian. 254. That's all, 254.
What? Wow. Okay.
And we're looking at one
I'm
of them.
definitely quitting the job if my company says I need to take a business trip there.
Yeah, Rabbit Hash, Kentucky, and I'm trying to look at some pictures of the place. And Christian, let's just say there's not much to see.
Well, at least there isn't a pharmacy on a dirt road that happens to be Main Street. We've seen that before, Blake.
Yeah, now, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. This isn't real professional, but I'm going to show it anyway. I'm going to drag it over and show it on your screen. This is the main business in Rabbit Hash, Kentucky. It's called the Rabbit Hash General Store. Take a look.
Look at that. That is now, I tell you what, though, Blake. You go to a store like that, you're going to find the nicest people in the world,
sure.
I promise you.
They got tobacco, Christian. They got sunderized.
Does that sign say potions?
They have potions and notions. So there you have it, folks. Head on over, Rabbit Hash, Kentucky, if you're looking for some tobacco and apparently some potions, too. Josh Kreider.
If you need your potions or notions, Rabbit Hash, Kentucky. I bet they could even tune your banjo.
I bet so. Somebody's got to do it over there, and you know they got banjos. But for now, Joseph Smith, still your race leader, all the way from Columbia, Maryland. He's trying to bring this home for his fans as the Prophet looking good out front.
You know the race watch party in the cathedral is rowdy here tonight for the Prophet of Joseph Smith.
Yes, you know, Salt Lake City, Utah is going wild right now as the Prophet continues to lead out front.
But Matthew Wood continues to be undenied as he stays within a tenth of a second, just about going to peek on the outside. Not going to be able to do it with the draft right now.
Yeah, and you know, Christian, I just realized the fastest racer on Hutchinson Motorsports TV with the last name White is right here. Danny White, currently running in the 11th position.
Yeah, well, you know, somehow Chad White is still employed, Blake. I think we got that narrowed down now. I can't believe you registered the business in Illinois. But, you know, not long, he will be fired. And Danny White will be the only White you'll find on Hutchinson Motorsports TV.
Hopefully so. If you're new here, folks, we got Chad White hired as the HMS TV house driver, and we've been trying to fire him for a whole year, and he keeps getting by with loopholes. We think we can fire him next season. We're going to have to wait and find out.
Absolutely. North Carolina is a right-to-work state, or whatever you want to call it. You could be fired for no reason, so we're registered. Oh, the 67 there about went around, but we're registered in North Carolina now. So we could fire him for whatever. I said 6'7".
But Grandma's baby boy, Christian, he is up to a podium spot in the 3rd position out of Moncks Corner, South Carolina. Anna's baby boy is heading to the front.
Watch out, because Matthew Wood or Joseph Smith gets in this truck's way. They're going to have to answer to Miss Anna.
Absolutely. You better not touch that 2 truck, because you're not only going to be fighting with the 2 team, Anna's probably going to find you too.
She did break a racer's arm one time for touching that tow truck. Remember? I told you about her putting that guy in the arm bar.
It was pretty brutal, you know, and honestly, I was, oh, look out. Big moves here. You better be careful, 51. The 48 almost gets into the 2, and then the 51 almost gets in them. But meanwhile, Joseph Smith holding on as it looks like Woods ripping the fence here, trying to get a run onto the straightaway.
He's just trying to do whatever he... Oh, watch this, watch this, watch this!
Yeah.
Not going to be blocked. Going to be side by side down the backstretch.
Boy, that seems to be the move, Christian, to make the pass when a guy's out front with the clean air. Go up to the fence and get that big run down these long straightaways. Seems to be the most effective way to pass.
Absolutely. I'm hoping Landon takes some notes there because we could have a 3-wide battle if he were to take that high line through. But no, Matthew Wood's going to make quick work now of the Prophet after that move and take over your race lead.
Yeah, and you know, you mentioned it earlier. It's kind of a semi-draft track here in the trucks. So you got a 6-truck breakaway here. Jeff Engler on the tail end of this lead pack.
And my dad just pointed out something in the chat. What number is Matthew Wood, Blake?
16.
There you go. He's out there racing for Biff.
Absolutely. Matthew Wood. Let's see if he can get it done for the Biff. He is your race leader as the 31 of Smith trying to get up into him. Wood into the wall almost ends badly.
Definitely so. Of course, you are watching the Redemption iRacing Series race here at Auto Club Speedway. This is the Don't Lift for Biff 200.
Right now we're up in the Harpoon Design Blimp. Brantley Roden up there flying around. Ladies and gentlemen, paint start at just $25 over at harpoondesign.com.
They put my paints on the track and I look good. I mean, I don't make them look good because of my driving skill. I just naturally look good because of the paints.
100% as they continue to battle. Yeah, they're trying to side draft each other. You know, good clean racing. I mean, we saw that move Wood made on the high side. The 31 didn't even block him. So definitely can't complain if you're Matthew Wood about the amount of room the 31's leaving him.
Nah, this is some good, hard, clean racing with Landon right there trying to take capital on the battles for the first and second position from the third. He wants to take it all. But you have the Mystery Machine inserting himself into this battle.
Absolutely. All 6 of these guys are throwing their hat in the ring here. But stage 1 is already almost over, Christian. This is going by quick. Only 3 laps left to go here in stage number 1.
Stage 1 will mark a quarter of this race over with 100 laps total here tonight. Stage 2 going to come in at lap 50. Wood all the way down to the bottom through the tri-oval right there, making the shortest way around possible.
Let's drop back a little bit here. We got Brendan Shute here in the 11th position. He is actually, he's the only C-class driver in the field.
Well, you know, safety rating in iRacing only means so much these days.
I tell you what, he needs to see one of the following paint shops, though. I would think. I think he needs to head on over to either njbdesigns.com or harpoondesign.com. One of the two. Brendan Shute, that paint looking a little bit lazy. Not gonna lie.
Multiple options on the table, for sure. No need to be running a bland paint.
Well, what happened to this guy? We saw him lead some laps earlier, caught into the wall briefly, and look at him now. Out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, he's all the way back to 16th. Nathan Brookover.
Let's see if we can get the Juicy Spider drone to his right front. Maybe we'll see some tale of what might be going on, if he might have broken that right front here as the Juicy Spider boys on the call, as always here, as they're flying faster than the truck, going to get down to track level here. Looking at that right front, you can't really tell. You see some scrapes there, so.
I don't know. He's just struggling to get around the track. Maybe, Dylan mentioned there is some tire fall off. Maybe that's what he's seeing. I have no clue.
Definitely pays to take care of the tire, but that's the end of stage 1. Matthew Wood's going to be your stage 1 winner with a Prophet. Joseph Smith in second, and Wyatt Mickelson bringing out your stage 1 podium.
Yeah, like Christian said, Matthew Wood takes home stage number 1. Folks, we're going to take our first break of the night and be right back. We might have a quick interview for Matthew Wood if we see him in the chat. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But don't you go anywhere, folks. Don't touch that dial. Hutchins Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Click that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in just a couple minutes. We are back here at Auto Club as they race off of pit road. Looks like Matthew Wood going to hold on to the, well, not really. It looks like Chute stayed out for some reason. So looks like we're going to have a new race leader for now. But Christian, is Matthew Wood available for a quick interview?
Looks like he may be. Matthew Wood, this is Blake and Christian up in the booth. You got a copy on us.
Hello, sirs.
Welcome in. You're out there winning stage 1, looking real fast here tonight. How is that track feeling and how's that tire wear?
It's very, very hot. I think I'm melting to the racing surface, number one. The right front feels like a cheese grater, and I don't think it's even on the hub anymore by the time I got to pit road. My engine tank is dehydrated. I was running out on pit road. I was sputtering on pit road. But overall, it's been fun. You know, I love ripping the wall. I don't know how close I got, but I was pretty close. I love doing that, and won a race off of fuel saving last night. So hopefully I can do it again. But I'm just happy to be here and happy to be racing again with these guys and having a lot of fun.
Yeah, Matthew, sounds like you're really fighting the elements out there, but you did a great job bringing home stage 1. You should have a good shot here at stage 2 as we're already like a quarter of the way done under caution.
Yeah, we're already a little far in, so we're not going to have to save even, maybe not even at all. So, you know, thank the Lord for giving me this opportunity, and, you know, hopefully we can get out here and win this thing, but if we don't, it's all right. I'm just out here for fun.
Absolutely. Well, hey, again, great job at taking home stage 1. Hopefully you can continue throughout the night.
All right, God bless y'all. Thank you.
Yes, sir. That is Matt Wood there trying to bring home the win here tonight. But we're going to go back. Green flag racing here momentarily, going down the backstretch. Pace car lights are off. The fans are getting rowdy, Blake. Not one of them has sat down the entirety of stage 1, and I don't foresee them sitting down anytime soon.
Well, I tell you what, they're so rowdy, Christian. I had to put some earplugs in. They just won't shut up down there. It is so loud.
Yeah, it's like they're like cardboard figures constantly standing. They never sit. I don't think I've ever seen the fans sit down.
No, it's crazy,
No.
Christian. You know, on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, we've probably done like, I don't know, 400 broadcasts or something crazy. I don't think a fan has ever sat down just because the excitement is so great here on HMS TV.
Absolutely, and I can't wait. The pace car is about to pull off, Blake.
On your feet, off your seats, Auto Club Speedway. They roll into the juicy Spider Drone Cam. Green flag in the air. Matthew Wood, your race leader.
You got Landon Burbage on the high side trying to make the run. I have a feeling he's going to try to rip the high, but no, Matthew Wood's going to deny that run. Already off to a little bit of a gap there. Heading into turn 1, you got side by side for second with Wyatt Mickelson and Landon Burbage, with Jordan Hand and Noah Blackwell rounding out your top 5.
They're coming up on a lap car. I believe that's Vincent Provenzano in the number 3 truck as he's going to fall a lap down. Landon Burbage takes over the second spot.
Dylan Carrier back here working in traffic in that number 15 machine for Hudson Motorsports TV.
Well, you could throw a blanket over these guys. 5 cars, bumper to bumper, door to door. They are racing for position.
That is a great battle, making, you know, to the name of the race, the Don't Lift for Biff 200. Not one of these drivers are lifting around these turns.
Not a single time. You do not want to lift here at Auto Club or you're going to get freight trained. But Dylan Carrier up to the 8th position after struggling through most of stage 1. Had figured something out there at the end, and a great pit stop, finds himself up to the top 10.
Absolutely. So with the caution flag to end stage 1, we are 6 laps into stage 2 already. 3 wide battle back there. Definitely intense. Noah Blackwell running 5th. This is the battle for like 12th right here. Trying to make it 4 wide. 25, 31, 67 involved. 6-7 mentioned again.
Boy, not sure what happened to Joseph Smith. Finds himself all the way back to 10th. They're blinking. They're hitting the wall. They're 4 wide. We're about to see some junk, I think.
This is why Auto Club was a great track. It's so wide. There's so many racing grooves. Look at the 31 and the 6-7. Door to door through the turn with the 25 on the outside. They're going to bang a little bit. The 6-7 trying to get 8-9 involved.
They continue to race. We see Wyatt Mickelson out of Mesa, Arizona in the 3rd position. Good night so far for Wyatt as he is cruising in that 3rd spot. Noah Blackwell, though, Christian, how about this? Up to the 5th position after starting 17th. Blackwell's your hard charger. He's up 12 positions.
He's following the 48 of Jordan Hand in the mystery machine, trying to solve the mystery of why he can't get to the front.
Door-to-door battles throughout most of the track, and here's one where we just witnessed out of Augusta, Georgia, Cody Blackmore. He is looking spiffy in that picture, don't you think, Christian?
Absolutely. He got his suit on. He don't need no tie, though. Doesn't even need to button the suit coat, you know?
No, it's one of those looks, Christian. It's formal, but it's also informal at the same time. He's just a good guy.
But, I mean, he could wear that to a black tie event and be fine.
I mean, it's basically like, look, I'm fancy, but I'm also here to party. And that's what Cody Blackmore is doing here out of Augusta, Georgia in the 6th position.
Absolutely. You know what, Blake? We should, when we go to the Clash at Bowman Gray, we should wear our suit and ties because that's what you do when you go to a NASCAR race, right?
Oh, yeah, that's what all NASCAR fans do. It's like for wear full tuxedo is my plan.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We're going to go get fitted here soon then.
But Landon Burbage still in the 2nd spot. Anna Alessandro is standing up. She's screaming. She says, come on, Landon, get to the front.
The 51 of Wyatt, though, wants to deny Miss Anna her excitement here as he's going to fall back in line. He heard Anna screaming at him from the pit road like, you better leave my boy alone.
Anna wants to see that 2 truck get out to the point, but right now he's going to settle for the 2nd position as Matthew Wood is your race leader. Boy, we talked with Matthew Wood. He's out there really battling the elements, it sounded like to me, though, Christian.
I think all these drivers are, for sure. Definitely a cheese grater of a track. Living on in iRacing here. Look at Landon, though. He's going to take the higher line, trying to get the run out of the turn. I don't think he's going to do it, though. Not being high enough, he needs to take the commitment to the far outside, and then he'll be able to make that pass.
And we talked about this guy earlier, but Nathan Brookover, he is a lap down and he's in 20th. No clue what happened to that truck. He was leading laps early on. Now he's junk.
Definitely a fall from grace for Nathan Brookover here. Started first to worst.
Yeah, from hero to hell, I don't even know if he's 0, Christian. Might be less than 0.
But look at this battle still continuing back here in the 6th position. Noah Blackwell on the high side of the 84 Camel machine with the 15 of Dylan Carrier and the 79 in tow.
Trying to junk him.
He's pushing him down the track. The 18 of Noah Blackwell is all over the bumper of that Camel truck in front of him. He says he wants a Camel cigarette.
Yeah, and keep an eye on this 15 of Dylan Carrier. Carrier and Blackwell have a bit of a history here throughout the season. I think they've been tangled up a time or two.
Oh, definitely says 79 hard into the wall. That's the Danny White machine Ford.
Typical
Built Ford
White.
tough, but not really. Yeah, it's something with the last name, ain't it, Blake?
I think so, but Joseph Smith, I just don't know what happened to this guy. Joseph Smith, he was leading laps early on, finds himself in the 8th position. He needs to get on the gas.
I just privately asked him what's going on, Blake, and he responded, "Do you question a prophet?" And I said, "Yes, sir," and didn't respond, Blake. So I think we need to take that to heart there.
And we'll have to keep an eye on this 31, what the prophet of Joseph Smith has up his sleeve here tonight. Sitting back in the 8th position, definitely needs to figure something out as we have 13 laps, now 12 left to go here in stage number 2 at Auto Club.
My pick to win it out front, Matthew Wood, battling with Landon Burbage here. Landon Burbage makes the pass. The new race leader, my pick to win it, Landon Burbage.
Christian going with the Landon Burbage. I think you actually picked Matthew Wood now, right?
No. It's yeah. Matthew Wood, my pick to win it from the start.
But here comes a 51 trying to put himself into this battle. Might have a throw. Oh, look out!
Watch
the
out,
2.
watch out!
That was dirty.
Oh, Landon Burbage through the block.
Boy, that was not worth the risk there. That block
Down
could
the
have.
block to 48. Carrier pushing the 48 too. We got some racing here. Carrier gonna go up to the high side behind the 48, who's gonna poke low to try to get a run on the 2 of Landon Burbage. Not gonna be able to do it as Carrier got the run on the 48, who's gonna cover ever so slightly. Trucks are inches apart heading down the backstretch, Blake.
Well, you know, Christian, I guess whenever your grandma knows how to do an arm bar, you can drive like that. Landon Burbage is not here to make friends.
Absolutely. Miss Anna in the chat. These drivers know that if they touch that 2 car, they're going to have to answer to Grandma Anna. And let me tell you what, she knows how to put somebody down.
And Landon is taking full advantage of that. He knows what's going on, and he's throwing some dirty blocks out here, sitting in the 2nd position. Let's see if he can get a run to find a way around that 16 truck. Matthew Wood, your race leader.
I think he's daring them to touch him.
That's what it seems like to me, but we got a door-to-door battle for the 3rd position. Dylan Carrier has found himself all the way up to 4th.
Gonna briefly fall back into the 4th position from side by side. He was trying to get the run. I guess the high line isn't doing it for these drivers anymore. I don't see anyone trying to get up there right now.
Jumping back to the 14th position, Brandon Broadfoot out of Chico, California. Got the Grinch on the truck. He's looking pretty good. He's not very fast, though.
You're a mean one, Mr. Broadfoot.
We just got copyright strike.
You're really riding the wall.
Top on board here, see if we can find some speed. Get out of the wall, Brandon. Your truck will be much faster. Trust me.
Look at the Grinch machine here. He needs to call Max or something to pull this truck along because he's slow.
Yeah, he's the last car on the lead lap in the 16th position. Brandon Broadfoot, he's going to try to figure something out.
Max, get him his cloak so he could get to racing, but we go back up to the 12th position. Mr. Danny right there in the 79 Chrome machine, and it's Chrome. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, you know, I had something stuck in my teeth earlier. I was down pit road, and I couldn't find a mirror, so I just went right up next to that 79 machine, and I got it taken care of.
Absolutely. If you know anything about iRacing's painting, that is a lot of bright red in that spec map, is all I could say.
I'm sure NJB Designs and HarpoonDesign.com would both know all about that, folks. Speaking of which, head on over HarpoonDesign.com. Paint start at just $25. We have Brantley Roden up in the Harpoon Design Blend.
Blake, I need me a good 3D render for my logo. Who can I call?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. Actually, folks, head on over. You have Juicy Spider Studios. They actually made our intro, outro video here. And you see that 3D logo moving around there in the top left of your screen? That was made by our buddies over at Juicy Spider Studios. You can get a hold of them on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Juicy Spider Studios.
You could look as good on your broadcast as on your stream as Matthew Wood does right now in the lead. He's walking away from Landon Burbage here at a draft track. That just shows you how good he is. But Dylan Carey all the way down in the inside, going to make a pass on the 48 of Jordan Hand, making his way up. Well, he's still, somebody got by, so he's still in the 4th position. My mistake there.
Yeah, I think Jordan Hand might have gotten to the wall or something. He's just lost about 4 or 5 spots. Let's take a look.
Oh, the Prophet's back in 3rd.
Here it is.
Oh, wow, he had some contact. He had to go all the way down. The Prophet passing both of them on the high side.
Yeah, he said he had a plan all along, and one of them was to move that 48 out of the way. We see the Prophet of Joseph Smith up to 3rd.
You know, when I asked him what he was doing, and he said, don't question a Prophet, I guess he had a point. He knew what he was doing. And also, speaking of knowing what they're talking about, Muncie Boy in the chat says, at this point, NASCAR needs to switch to HMS TV. We've been trying to tell him that, Muncie Boy.
That's what we've been saying since day one. I tell you what, actually 2 years ago, I put a bid in there for the NASCAR season, and for some reason, they laughed.
So they paid $7 million per drive or per company or whatever, something like that. We only offered them $1 million. We'd do it for $1 million, and they turned us down.
I can't believe it, you know. And, you know, they would really grow the fan base, you know, if we could go back to network/YouTube, so that way everybody could watch.
Absolutely, and it would be a bit banging for the buck for them. But the Prophet of Joseph Smith challenging Landon Burbage, going to go to the high side with 5 laps to go in stage 2. They're making it work later run, so I guess you unlock that high line the later you are in the run, it seems.
Yeah, you know, I mentioned it earlier. I said as soon as that 16 of Matthew Wood found some clean air, these guys would struggle to get back around him, and it looks like he's not going to give up that lead for this entire stage.
Doesn't look like it. Ryan Holler right here on the move. Jeff Engler, too. Boost truck.
The Rabbit Hash Kentucky native, folks. If you just tuned in, we showed Rabbit Hash Kentucky, gave you a little bit of info and show you the big general store they got with, what was it, 260-something population.
If you need your potions or notions, you could head to the general store in Rabbit Hash, Kentucky. They got you covered, apparently.
Yep. And they also have tobacco, Christian.
Yeah, don't forget the tobacco. Speaking of tobacco, you have the 84 truck up there running in the 8th position, Cody Blackmore. Going to be side-by-side battle with the 79 of Danny White with 3 to go in the stage. Back here, they're just trying to get some points right here as you have 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th all right here under a blanket.
Hard racing through the field. Just a few laps left to go. Before we get to the end of stage number 2, let's jump back out front. Matthew Wood, still your race leader. Joseph Smith second. Landon Burbage rounds out the top 3.
They're ripping the high side now. Matthew Wood's doing it to try to defend his position from the Prophet of Joseph Smith, who only has a lap and a half to do it. Going down the backstretch. coming to the stage, white flag. Look at the draft breaking. Somebody remind these people they're not racing Indianapolis. They're racing Auto Club in the NASCAR trucks, but drafting nonetheless. Heading through turns 3 and 4, coming to the white flag of stage 2. You have your leader, Matthew Wood, whipping that high line, the Larson line, if you will, through the triangle. White flag in the air for stage 2.
Jumping back to the 4th position, Dylan Carrier is now your hard charger. He's gained 12 positions since the start of this race. Started back in the 16th position, finds himself up to the top 5.
Working his way behind Landon Burbage, who's in the 3rd position, trying to hang on to it for the stage points that you get. Of course, winning it is the most important, as the prophet of Joseph Smith. Going to take one last lunge at it. On the high side. No, on the low side, excuse me. Not going to be able to do it, though.
Hard on the wall goes hand.
Unfortunate for the mystery machine there, but that's going to be the end of stage 2.
See this replay real quick, Christian. But Matthew Wood takes home your stage number 2 win. Let's see what happened here. Looks like we got a bit of a tangle up.
Maggie.
Yeah, so hand just goes into the wall. Nowhere for Dylan to go there. And not Dylan, sorry, Noah. Noah gets in the back of him. And Jordan Hand, he better have a fast repair. He's probably going to need it.
Let's go. Let's get back to the mystery van.
All right, folks, we appreciate you tuning in. Click that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Stage number 2 is over. Matthew Wood, your stage 2 winner. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. Don't you go anywhere. We are back here at Auto Club with the Redemption iRacing Truck Series here in the Don't Lift for Biff. Is that right, Christian? 200?
Don't lift for the Biff 200 here at Auto Club Speedways in the Redemption iRacing League here. Tonight, Saturday night racing, the Prophet Joseph Smith won the race out the pit road. Matthew Wood had the good old Jesse Becker stop, Blake.
Boy, sliding through the pit stall like somebody put some oil in it or something.
Absolutely. Jesse Becker's patented pit stop prevalent tonight. As you're going to have Dylan Carrier starting on the outside of the leading row here. The pace car is about to get out of the way, though, Blake. They're hungry.
Absolutely. As we're watching the football game going on as well, the Bears and Packers playing for a division win potentially, but the pace car is in. Field is set. Joseph Smith on the point. Green flag in the air.
Well, the Prophet Joseph Smith definitely cares more about this race than Bears football. I don't know why anyone would actually care about that, but nonetheless, this race back underway here tonight.
Good start there for Joseph Smith, the Prophet. He had a plan all along. At the start of that last stage, he dropped straight to the rear, it looked like. Well, he finds himself back on the point.
You're going to have Matthew Wood behind him now that we've got the stages out of the way. We have 46 laps to go. It looks like if they're going all out, we heard from Matthew Wood at the end of stage 1 that he barely had the fuel to make it around. So they only have about a max of 26 laps tops.
Yeah, with the tire wear, my guess is most of these guys are going to want to cut this into half. So I'd say with, 23 to 25 laps. Let's call it 22 to 25 laps left to go. It's probably going to be your pit window for most of these guys.
Yeah, but they got to make it there first. Of course, we are, thanks to the caution, we probably can't make it exactly right there.
We got some blocks being thrown through the field. That is the 18 machine of Noah Blackwell trying to hold his position, currently in the 8th spot with just 45 laps left to go here at the Redemption iRacing Truck Series.
Keep talking in the chat. We see you there. My dad says, who needs Larry Mack? You got Blake and Christian. And of course, Muncie Boy says, can't hate on Larry Mack. He endorses HMS TV. Of course, Hutchinson Motorsports TV makes no formal comment on whether Larry Mack should apologize to Denny Hamlin or not.
Absolutely. We're going to stay out of that whole deal. As Larry McReynolds, sometimes he has a hard time biting his tongue.
Yep. Sometimes, though, you got to accept the fact and realize that even the new kids on the block do have a point.
Absolutely. As the 18 gets a little loose there, he's going to try to get that thing back rolling. Let's jump back out front, though. Joseph Smith, your race leader, trying to hold off Matthew Wood after he swept the stages already.
So if Joseph Smith is the Prophet and Matthew Wood is the racer for Christ, we have one holy battle up here for the lead, right, Blake?
The holiest of battles between these two in the front.
And then Dylan Carrier, very unholy of him, is trying to break this battle up. Oh, yeah, he fell in line. He said, okay, I can't break up royalty.
Absolutely. Let's hop on board. Dylan Carrier out of Kendallville, Indiana. We talked with him before the race. He had a strategy, and it looks like it's paying out as he's into the top 3.
Coming to the line, 42 laps to go. We still have a little bit of a marathon here as the Cody Blackmore is going to go on the high side of Dylan Carrier there and make the pass. Landon Burbage is going to join in on the train, so Dylan Carrier falling back.
As we check out the chat, all kinds of fans tuned in here tonight. We got Anna Alessandro, Connor Gerard, Muncie Boys. We got Wayne Taylor, everybody in the chat. We appreciate you guys popping in here. Be sure, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment if you haven't. We got Smunger69 in the chat as well.
Look at these battles on the track. Everybody's fanning out, trying to find a line that works for them right now. Relatively incident-free throughout the race. We've only had like one driver make a mistake and cost him right at the end of the stage 2. But other than that, nothing's happened yet. Commentator's curse is knocking on heaven's door right now.
Yeah, we're watching Dylan Carrier. He's been pinned down the bottom. He's had enough of it. He just kind of cut off a guy. He said, all right, I'm going straight back to the top.
and then goes straight back to the bottom through the turn.
He's
He's
door to
going to be on
door.
the inside of Landon.
Yeah, he's taking over that 4th spot for now from Burbage in the 2 machine, but he's just about to get freight train, just stuck on the bottom. That's not where you want to be.
Well, he was in line, opted to go back down there. So if it's not where he wanted to be, he did it to himself. But seems to be holding on right there as he's going to get a little bit of a block from the 16 of Wood.
Yeah, the 51 there of Mickelson thought about taking him 3 wide, thought otherwise.
Still side-by-side battle for like 5th here.
Wyatt Mickelson,
on the outside.
yeah, good night for him so far here as he gets into the wall hard.
Ooh. Able to keep it going, doesn't hurt him too bad. But look behind him. You have the Grinch trying to make his way up. He's a mean one. He's a green one. He's Brandon Broadford.
Brandon Broadford, he looked slow and he looked like junk earlier. Well, right now, folks, he is cruising up to the 7th position all the way from Chico, California. The Grinch, Brandon Broadfoot.
Some people say he stinks. Some people say he stinks. Some people says he stunks. But Brandon Broadford out there racing on. I'm going to keep it going with the Grinch references.
Wyatt Mickelson up to the 4th position from Mesa, Arizona. He's trying to wheel that thing to the front.
Side-by-side battle for 4th. Continuing on here in Redemption iRacing Series. In the Don't Live for Biff 200 on a Saturday night.
These guys are putting on a clinic here. Been clean racing all night long. The only cautions we've had the entire night, they were stages.
Stages indeed. Connor Gerard saying the Grinch is trying to steal Christmas. Danny White. I've had some speculation given to me that he may be the former Dallas Cowboys quarterback, Blake.
You think so?
Apparently their name is the same, which makes it true.
I believe that's some information you might have received from a very reliable source. Is that right?
Absolutely. A reliable source who didn't say it in the chat, but sent me a private message. I'm going to let somebody... Who sent me that information, ladies and gentlemen? Place your bets in the chat.
Absolutely. As we watch Danny White rip it around in the 6th position, Joseph Smith, the Prophet, still your race leader here out of Columbia, Maryland.
Oh, he's blinking a little bit, but he's still there. Nope. Is he gone?
He is there. He's there. 31
Okay,
there
yeah,
out
he's
front.
there.
Yep. Meanwhile, Burbage
Well,
falling back a bit here. Burbage back to the 6th position now.
Gonna be 3 wide right there? Question mark. Yeah. Mystery Machine right there behind him. He gets it straightened out with the 14 machine of Brandon Broadford. I personally wouldn't touch that truck with a 10.5-foot pole.
As he's sitting in the 5th position, let's drop back a little bit. Jeff Engler cruising here in the 25 machine in the 11th spot.
America. And I will not finish that phrase on air.
But the ladies always want to give a holler for this guy, Ryan Holler, in the 16th position with Boost Mobile on the truck for some reason.
Boost Mobile. If you want a new cell phone carrier to where you'll never have signal, go to Boost Mobile.
Absolutely. If you're sick of talking to your friends and family with your phone, get some Boost Mobile service. You'll never have to deal with them again.
Absolutely. And then if you want to browse the internet while you got Boost Mobile, well, you're going to have lightning fast speeds, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. At least 10 kilobits per second.
Whoa.
And ladies and gentlemen, news just came
Whoa.
through. Muncie Boys just donated $5 Canadian. What do we do with Canadian dollars, Christian?
We are rich. Oh, my.
Muncie Boy, he is loaded. Are you the richest man on the
Ladies and
internet,
gen-
Muncie?
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have time for here tonight. Hudson Motorsports TV. We're gonna actually retire now. We got $5 Canadian.
I just quit my job, Christian.
Yeah, absolutely.
We appreciate it, though, Muncie Boy, with the $5 Canadian donation. Big shout out, though, Muncie. We definitely appreciate you.
He says in the chat, traded in for 34 cents US.
Will do, Muncie. All right, let me write that down. But Cody Blackmore,
goodness.
though, sitting in the third position still. Got some tight battles back here.
Absolutely. Once again, thank you, Muncie Boy. W's in the chat for Muncie Boy, everybody. W's in the chat.
Joseph Smith still out front with 33 laps left to go. Carrier second, followed by Blackmore, Hand, and Mickelson rounding out your top 5 here at Auto Club with the Don't Live for the Biff 200 on Hutchinson Motorsports TV.
Muncie Boy in the chat says he's waiting for them to realize who it is. I have a feeling. Are you Mike Poole, Muncie Boy?
It probably is if he's Canadian. Hard to tell nowadays, though, because you know YouTube used to show the names, and now it doesn't. It just shows the username. So caution is out there.
This might shake some things up. Nathan Brookover.
Oh my!
And oh my gosh. Oh my! We had a few trucks involved. Let's walk through this one.
Take a look.
So the 67 kind of drifts up the track as the 6 goes to take the turn. The 6 locks it down, spins up hard impact there. 88 nowhere to go. Sends them on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, those trucks might be junk.
Take a look one more time. Does the 67 come up or does the 6 go down? You be the judge. 6 comes down.
Oh, 6 does come down. Unfortunate.
Wham!
And then just hard impact there. The 69 machine, nowhere to go.
Well, caution is out. That's our first wreck of the evening, folks, as we have 30 laps left to go. Works out perfectly almost. Well, these guys are going to pit. I don't think they're going to have enough, but it's going to be pretty close.
It does not. Yeah, it does not work out perfectly. Like we talked to in the stage 1, they would basically went 25 laps and was running out of fuel. Dad, that is a comment you do not need to be making right now.
Well, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We will be right back. Don't you go anywhere. We got 30 laps left to go here at the Don't Live for the Biff 200 at Auto Club. We are back here with the Redemption iRacing Truck Series new race leader on one of the worst strategies I've ever seen in my life, Christian. Dallas Seward, your race leader.
Well, we're about to go green. Let's see what they got. Green flag in the air. He's sitting there spinning his tires. He's holding up the entire bottom lane.
What is this guy doing? Get him off the track.
He's just going to get railroaded here, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, he's
got
already
the
done.
Lizard on board. Yep.
He's done for you. You may as well park it, bud, because Cody Blackmore, your new race leader, he's here to party, but he's also here to get all nice and spiffy.
Looks like everybody just tore the wall down out of two there. My, oh my. 28 laps to go here in the Redemption iRacing Truck Series at Auto Club. The Don't Lift for Biff 200.
It's going to be interesting to see how this pit strategy plays out. You know, the guys are going to be a handful of laps short on fuel since the green flag came out. So going to be interesting if somebody wants to try maybe a fuel-only stop or maybe do 2 tires or maybe 4 tires. I don't know.
You know, I'm going to take 2 tires in this scenario, and I'm going to take it probably, I'd say, split it in half. I'm going in. I'm going to come about lap 15 is when I'm going to come.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it, in my opinion, because you don't need much fuel. So, I mean, I don't know. A splash and go would actually work out, too, because it's not like you have to wait on really much fuel. But I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see how this plays out and see how much tire fall off we do have after about, I don't know, 15 laps or so.
Something interesting is let's go back to the 11th position. Now 12th. You find Matthew Wood kind of back here struggling.
I wonder if he's trying to save. I mean, there's no way you're saving this much fuel. I don't know what happened to the 16.
His wheel seems to be straight. I don't know if he's got damage or not, but man, oh man, he is back hard.
He
might have been involved in that checkup on the bottom line, so he's saving fuel.
He's trying to save fuel, but I mean, you're not going to save that much fuel. So I don't know what the plan is here.
I will say, let's pull up the pit strategy board, Blake.
It's not going to go back this far.
Okay, well, I got a sneaky feeling that if he is able to cross the line without pitting and everyone else pits, you know, even clutching like that, this is a big track. You're not going to lose that much ground. This could be the move of the race.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't think it is, but we're going to have to wait and see. I mean, Matthew Wood definitely knows this stuff like the back of his hand, as he is what is he, a 4? I'm trying to see his I rating here. 4,685 I rating.
So he knows a thing or two because he's done a thing or two. But right now, your race leader is the 84 of Cody Blackmore from Augusta, Georgia, out front in front of Dylan Carey and the Prophet Joseph Smith, rounding out your top 3.
Yeah, Cody Blackmore kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, it's been a solid night as they're 3 wide back here. It's been a solid night for him, but out of nowhere, takes over the race lead.
Back into 5th position, you find the Barefoot Crocodile of Brandon Bradford.
Jordan Hand throwing slide jobs back here, trying to make some moves to get up front. Landon Burbage right there with him.
All over the back bumper of Landon Burbage. He's a vile one, Mr. Grinch.
You know, it just, again, you know, the midway point of this pit cycle is going to be like 15 laps in. I don't know. I'm guessing everybody's going to either do 2 tires or none. I mean, nobody's going to be getting 4 tires.
Oh, someone is, and that's just going to cost them the race. Kind of like Denny Hamlin lost the championship.
Absolutely. As Cody Blackmore still trying to hold off this 15 truck of Dylan Carrier.
Wow, the Grinch is pushing the 48 through the tri-oval aggressively. To the outside goes the 14. Not going to work this time for him, though. It's 15. Going to poke his nose on the inside. We got the Grinch in trouble!
Still clean and green. No, I don't think caution's going to come out. Let's rewind this, see what happened.
Oh, man. He's just aggressively pushing again through the tri-oval.
Taking a look here through the corner. Broadfoot gets a run here. Oh, no, he just...
Oh, the 18 comes up and gets touched. Or touches the 14.
I'm not sure if the
When did he see
14
that?
maybe comes down a little bit. Yeah, 14 comes way down the track.
Yep, it definitely costs him. He's going to have to bring it down pit road. The Grinch.
New race leader Dylan Carrier has taken over the top spot out of Kendallville, Indiana. After starting all the way back in 16th, he finds himself on the point with 21 laps left to go.
This race is getting down to the nitty gritty. Gonna be seeing pit stops soon, and I think sooner rather than later, they're gonna be coming any time now.
Yeah, you know, my guess is the guys who want to get 2 tires in the stop, which is probably most of them, are going to want to head down here in the next 5 laps because you definitely want to split that in the middle so you can at least get some use out of those new tires you get. But other than that, if guys stay out, they're probably just going to stretch this thing as long as they can, maybe hope for a caution and get a splash and go if they need.
Let's check on the 11 of Wood again. Or 11th position, excuse me, the 16 of Wood. See, he's still saving fuel. The field is gone, so he is aggressively saving.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. You're the fastest truck. I don't understand the counting on this.
Well, I mean, a racer like me would need a strategy like this to have a chance, but like you said, Matthew Wood has the speed. I'm not sure what he's necessarily doing.
I think he's trying to
you
lose.
see Vincent on the screen. No, I mean, it's still. I'm still gonna side with the strategy, Blake. I've almost won a race at Auto Club like this myself.
Yeah, but I don't think you're
didn't win
saving.
because Jesse Becker.
He's got to save like
beat me.
4 laps, and this is a big track. I just don't think it's possible.
Well, we're gonna see here.
Dylan Carrier still out front, 18 laps left to go here with Cody Blackmore second, Jordan Hand, followed by Blackwell and Smith rounds out your top 5. Well, since we have 18 laps left to go, we may as well take a quick break, and we will be right back. Don't you go anywhere, folks. You're going to want to see the end of this one. Redemption iRacing Truck Series here in the Don't Lift for the Biff 200 Auto Club Speedway. We'll be right back.
Racing. We're in the game.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
We are back here at Auto Club Speedway with the Redemption iRacing Truck Series. We're watching these guys rip it around. They're probably going to be heading down pit road here shortly, would be my guess.
I'm shocked they haven't come yet.
I think this kind of proves the strategy is going to be stay out there till the very end, get a splash and go, and just send it.
Yeah, gonna be the case. Is it gonna be the profit of Joseph Smith, Dylan Carrier, or on strategy? Is Dylan Wood gonna win it as we have some people down pit road?
Looks like a 9-second pit stop for Jordan Hand. I believe he's probably took 2 tires. Is this right? No? 9 seconds gas and go. What'd he do? Fill it up? Oh, no. He just overshot his pit box. Here it goes.
Jesse Becker stop. Man.
Here goes some guys down pit road. It's going to be Blackmore, Carrier, and Blackwell, as well as Mickelson. So we'll see who or and what these guys elect to get. Any tires, or are they going fuel only?
The Carrier stops. Doesn't look like the truck come. Yep, there it goes. Right side is up.
All of them. Okay, that guy got 4 tires, so he's lost. He's done.
Yeah, if you get 4 tires right now, you have lost the race. Kind of like I just lost the game, for those who know what I'm talking about. But nonetheless, Joseph Smith not going to come in this time. Going to stay out.
So Joseph Smith stays out. 11 laps left to go. Again, I'm going to say he's going with a fuel-only strategy if he stops. So we're going to wait and see how this plays out. It's going to be Landon Burbage second, and Josh Kreider rounds out your top 3.
Prophet, Joseph Smith. We're probably going to see him come down this time, I have a feeling. Wrapping the bottom. But no, going to stay out.
Clean and green still. That's been the motto of the evening with 10 laps left to go. Let's see what else we got going on through this field. Looks like Jeff Engler in the 5th position.
America! You know what? We could clean that up with a very reasonable sensor. Biff, yeah. That's what we're going to go with.
Absolutely, with Kenneth Askew in the 36 machine, sitting in the 4th spot.
U.S. Air Force. Last time the Air Force was on HMS TV, Blake, we lost our blimp.
Yep, he flew up high with Joseph Smith down pit road this time, as well as Landon Burbage. Let's see what these guys get. Fuel only or 2 tires? What is the answer? My guess is with 9 to go, why get any tires at all?
Yeah, I think fuel only is going to be the call. And if you don't want fuel and you definitely need tires, you're going to just take 2. But Landon Burbage, right side, comes up.
I guess the fuel takes long enough where you may as well just get tires, it seems like. So everybody's getting 2 tires.
Yeah, but Carrier did not. So does Carrier have enough fuel in the truck then?
Pretty sure he did get 2 tires.
4. He didn't get 4. He got 2. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody got the 2 tires, it seems like, except the one guy, probably on accident, got 4.
It looked like Burbage did just get 4 there, though. So not the move of the race there, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, Josh Kreider, your race leader out of Rabbit Hash, Kentucky, with 8 laps left to go here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV.
Don't lift for Biff 200 in the final closing laps here in the Redemption iRacing Trucks Series, sponsored by NJB Designs.
A big shout out to tonight's channel sponsors. We have Harpoon Design. Head on over harpoondesign.com. Paint started just $25 over there. And we have Juicy Spider Studios at Juicy Spider Studios on X, formerly known as Twitter. They can help you out with any 3D rendering or any kind of video work, honestly.
Unrelated to the broadcast, Blake, how long are we going to have to say X, formerly known as Twitter?
Probably
before
for
it's just its own
another 10
identity.
years.
Okay. I just want someone to look at me one day and go, what was Twitter? And then I'll know I'm officially old.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, the name change was kind of stupid, in my opinion. Twitter is like the most popular thing in the world, so that's kind of why I feel like it's going to stick around for a while.
Yeah, well, you know, when a billionaire tries to do something, they gotta, quote, make it their own, even though it doesn't always make sense.
Yeah, but Josh Kreider still out here on a fuel strategy call. He's not pitted yet, and I'm looking at the pit strategy board. Let's pull it up. Looks like your top 6 out there all need to pit before the end of this race, unless somehow Wood makes it work. He was trying to save fuel, so I don't know if he's able to save enough or not.
Stage 1 ended on the beginning of lap 26. Of course, with the stage was 25, so they pitted at lap 27 to begin with. It's gonna be close, ladies and gentlemen.
Wood's rolling the apron here. He's either going full save mode or I just don't understand the strategy of Matthew Wood. I mean, he was the best truck by far, and he's basically playing a game now, flipping a coin.
Well, I'm here for it, man. I think, I'm hoping at least he's got something in his sleeve. I just know he had the speed to do it the right way, so I don't know, man.
Yeah, well, nonetheless, Josh Kreider, he's not worried about saving fuel. He's going to lead every lap he can. He's going to jump down pit road when he has to.
Askew goes down pit road this time. Engler as well. So, Kreider going to be your leader again. And then that's going to put Wood to third, White to second, excuse me. The fuel games here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Aaron Poplin would not be pleased.
Now Josh Kreider out front, Danny White second, Matthew Wood third. Again, Wood's going full save mode. I mean, his goal is to try to finish this race without having to pit. We know the top 2, they definitely have to pit. They have not been saving.
Nope. There goes Kreider down pit road.
So he's going to give up the lead to Danny White unless he comes down pit road. And you know what? White might
Not this
have
time.
been saving as well because he was pretty far back behind Kreider. So maybe White saved some fuel, but I don't think he's been saving what Wood has.
Now, I'd say that Wood has definitely saved the most. But look at Wood's times. He's just dropping. Oh, now he's gaining. I don't know.
Well, my
Ladies and
guess
gentlemen,
is
it's gonna come down to
the
the
only
wire.
thing that Wood cares about is really how Carrier's doing. If he keeps Carrier behind him and the fuel pays off, then he's going to win. So he's kind of backing off as much as he can to keep that 15 truck behind him, which is about another 5 seconds or so with 3 laps left to go.
Wrapping the apron. Man, oh man, this is intense. Who's going to make it on the fuel strategy? Is it going to be Danny White? Is it going to be Matthew Wood? Or is Dylan Carrier going to make it with the pit stop strategy? He's only 3 seconds behind, charging hard. 2 laps to go here in the Redemption iRacing Truck Series.
I don't think White can make it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't get why he's running up high in the corners if he's trying to save fuel.
Oh man, this is something here. I think I'm the only one that can be entertained by a fuel mileage race, but nonetheless, oh my.
Stays out there. He's going to take the white flag. Can Danny White steal this race?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're on board listening to that motor. Can he make it?
On the clutch
He's
through turn one,
clutch.
going back to the top to waste as much gas as he can. Danny White out front out of Livonia, Georgia.
But Wood is charging hard. His 7 tenths, 6 tenths, 5 tenths.
Back on the gas through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Does Danny White have enough in the tank? Out of turn 4 in front of a sold-out crowd. Down to the apron he goes. Checkered flag in the air. Danny White wins it. I think he ran out on the way to the line.
Yes, he did. Matthew Wood ran out before him, finishing 6th. Danny White able to make it work. Saved the fuel that he needed to do. I've seen this happen only a handful of times in iRacing. Danny White did what others could not and took it home here tonight.
Yeah, time to get Danny White. He's not going to have enough in the tank for a burnout, but he's got some for an interview. Let's get our top 3 in here. Noah Blackwell, Dylan Carrier, and Danny White, tonight's podium.
All righty. Well, we're going to jump right into it, I believe. Right, Blake?
Yep.
All righty. Well, finishing third place here tonight, you find Noah Blackwell bringing it home. Like I said, third place finish. Noah, this is Blake and Christian up in the booth. You got a copy on us?
Yeah, I've never had both of you in the booth before and gotten an interview before, so this is a change of pace.
Well, you do tonight, able to bring it home third. A fuel strategy won this race. You had, Matthew Wood and Danny White staying out and making it all the way, except it didn't work for Wood. It did for White. That's why you're in third, because Wood ran out. Walk us through that one, and what could you have done to maybe get ahead of Carrier there?
I needed a teammate on my bumper, I think. But no, I don't know. I think I should have pitted maybe a lap later or maybe a lap earlier, something. Or just did what Matthew and Danny did with the pit strategy. But I really thought, because I ran into the wall coming out of 4, that Joseph would get me, but I think he decided not to or something. I don't know. It was fun.
Yeah, well, it was overall a good night for you. You didn't qualify too hot, but you worked yourself to the front, and you end up bringing home a third-place finish here.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with my qualifying. Ever since I got these new pedals, I can't qualify, but I can save tire. So, I mean, I'd rather be able to save tire than not be able to qualify qualifying, because I need tires more.
Absolutely. But hey, again, great run here tonight. Third place finish for you, Noah Blackwell. Before you head out, you got any shout outs or anything for our fans watching at home?
Yep. njbdesigns.com. I ran a Greg Biffle tribute, so 16 forever. Really sad, but trying to make things happy around here, running the tribute. But my family and you guys for the broadcast. I'm just glad I could get it up in third. Biff could have won this, but I'm just glad I got it up in third.
Absolutely. Well, hey, a great run for you tonight. Noah Blackwell, tonight's third place finisher here at Auto Club.
Thank you.
All righty. Well, like Blake said, Noah Blackwell bringing it home third. Now moving it on to the one who would have won it if fuel strategy wasn't the case. We have Dylan Carrier in the chat. Dylan, welcome in. This is Blake and Christian. You got a copy?
I got you guys. Yeah.
Well, welcome in. Unfortunately, Danny White does what a lot of people thought was impossible. Made the stretch. The caution came out just shy of your pit window. No one thought you'd be able to make it except for 2 people on the track. One it didn't work for, one it did. But unfortunately, you bring it home second. Walk us through that one.
Yeah. Man, it's still hard to believe that he saved that much. I mean, I was doing the math and like I knew it was like theoretically possible, but I didn't think that someone could actually manage to do it, and he managed to do it. So props to him. And I went back and also did the math there as soon as as soon as I parked the truck, I went back and like looked at lap times, and if I would have pit one lap earlier than I did, I would have made up that extra 2 seconds under green just because of his pace. So kicking myself in the butt for that, because I could have just made up that time under green. But I mean, I played a little bit of strategy my own there. Took 2 tires on that stop instead of 4, and actually loosened the truck up. Thank God, because it was way too tight that whole race. The truck just was horrible. But yeah, great strategy call by Danny, and just glad to bring home second.
Yeah, it was a great run for you for sure, Dylan. You know, the stage 1 was a little slow moving for you, but once you found your way to the front, you never looked back.
Yeah, stage 1 was just me saving. I was saving that entire time. I was clutching it from the very beginning just to make sure I would have enough to make it to the end there. And I had, everyone else was saying they had about like 0.3, 0.4 rolling into their box. I had 1.5. Like I had plenty to make it. So that was just me saving. And then stage 2, fuel wasn't really a factor. So just tried to go up there and get as many stage points as possible.
Yeah, well, it worked out well for you here with a second place finish here, Dylan. Before you head out, though, you got any shout-outs or anything for the fans watching here at home?
Yeah, shout out to you guys. You guys put on just this amazing broadcast, and shout out to Jordan and Connolly and Cody and Bryce for helping run this league, and prayers again for everyone involved in the tragic events that happened this week. And this race was for them, but we went and we wanted to put on a show. And NJB Designs, trying to think of DJC Cinematography, and I think that's and my dad. I keep forgetting to shout out my dad. Hopefully he was in the chat rooting for me tonight.
Yeah, well, he definitely was. We definitely saw him pop in there a time or two. But again, congratulations, Dylan Carrier, tonight's second place finisher here in the Don't Live for the Biff 200 at Auto Club.
Thanks, guys.
Alrighty, well, that was Dylan Carrier, and now he made it work on the fuel strategy in the Don't Live for Biff 200 in the Redemption iRacing Truck Series. Danny White, welcome in, Danny. This is Blake and Christian up in the booth. You got a copy on us?
I got you, boys. How y'all?
Doing good. You know, you did what others said was impossible. What it did not work for Wood. Matthew Wood ran out coming to the line. You did too, but you had just enough. I was able to coast all the way back and still park it on the start-finish line. What a move that was. Walk us through that one. And did you think you could do it?
I was pretty confident in it, to be honest. I came in with 2 to go and just topped it off. Started the run, and we were clutching it and shutting it off every corner, and got to look, and I was like, man, this might actually work. And my worst enemy is going to be if we had a caution, but stayed green for me, and we come out of 4, it ran out. I said, shoot. And then I seen Wood ran out behind me, and I knew we had it. But, yeah, I was pretty confident it would work. I was surprised. That's my first fuel race that I've ever won, so pretty cool.
You know, crazy moves there to pull it off and have enough fuel. So you were saying that you were turning off the truck every corner. Is that right?
Yep, clutching it and shutting it off every corner. So when I'd let off of the corner like I normally would, clutch it, kill it, and fire it back up and take off.
That's definitely interesting. I mean, I've seen people clutch it, but I haven't really heard of turning it off. But that must have been what gave you the extra little bit you needed.
Yeah, I broke a sweat over here, fellas. It was a challenge.
Well, it was definitely an impressive master class of how to save enough fuel there. Parking in victory lane for your first win here with the Redemption iRacing Truck Series. Danny, you got any shout-outs or anything for our fans watching at home?
Well, I want to shout out to these Redemption guys. It's my second race with them. They do a good job. I raced another league with them. And when that league finished up this season, came over here, and it's good to see some of these guys. But they're doing a great job. Naturally, we want to send our prayers out to the Biffle family, man. That's a tragedy. And then shout out to my teammate Jonathan. He came over with me from that other league, and he's the one that gave me the idea to clutch it and, and shut it off. So, but yeah, good job with everybody, and appreciate everything y'all do.
Well, hey, once again, we appreciate you for parking in Victory Lane and hopping up and chatting with us. Great job winning the Don't Lift for the Biff 200 here at Auto Club with the Redemption iRacing Truck Series.
Thank you, guys.
Alrighty, Blake. Well, the Don't Lift for Biff 200 comes to a close here in the Redemption iRacing Truck Series at Auto Club Speedway. Of course, one last from myself, prayers to the Biffle and all the other families involved in this tragic event. Greg Biffle, definitely a man of the ages. Give the shirt off his back. Rest in peace, everybody.
Well said, Christian, and we appreciate our fans tuning in here tonight. Saturday night action with the Redemption iRacing Truck Series. We're going to be back here, I believe, tomorrow night with the Motor City Racing. We're going to be at Belle Isle, whatever the hell that track is, in Michigan. And till then, that's all we got. So in the booth with Christian Taylor, I'm Blake Hutchinson. Take a look at this beautiful outro made by our friends over at Juicy Spider Studios. Folks, we will see you next time. Coming out of turns 3 and 4. Chad White on the bottom. William Duff on the top. Checkered flag in the air. Who's going to win? It's William Duff. No, look out. He just junked it. Look out. Oh, my God. World's #1 streaming service. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. On the call tonight. On your feet. Off your seats. It's about to go green.